We'll now introduce our next presenter, whom many of you know and mentioned in previous presentations. Mihai Lehene is the founder of RUF, one of the founders of Fora, and a well-known figure in the Romanian American community. He's known for his successful career in finance and his dedication to philanthropy and community building. Mihai is here today to tell us about RUF's largest project to date, the Global Romania. I was hopefully asking him to speak about the Chicago summit at the local level, but he's always thinking globally. So Mihai, please join in.
Well, thank you so much, Theo. Thank you, everyone, for the wonderful presentations. And I want to say how proud I am to be here with all of you today. No, I do have a surprise. We're going to talk about both subjects today.
Okay.
So we're going to be talking about the Romanian Community Summit, an event that took place this year.
Everybody knows you think globally, and I try to anchor you locally.
Yes, we're going to talk about the two subjects, the Romanian Community Summit, and I have here with me, in fact, I have Dram, who you know very well, one of the co-organizers and the leader of this year's summit. Diana joins us to tell us about the summit, and then I will switch and tell you about Global Romania.
Okay.
Diana, welcome.
Thanks, Mihai, and it's great to be with you all. It's an amazing conference. Congratulations for it. So speaking about the local engagement, Mihai asked me to say a few words about our Romanian Community Summit, which essentially we've been organizing it for the last couple of years. And it's been a wonderful opportunity to engage across community, a very, very diverse communities of faith, social, economic, and professional, and all united by our common heritage. And in the last two editions, just this past year, we've essentially engaged over 60 volunteers in planning and executing this summit. And we've been partnering with more than 30 partner organizations, and we've secured sponsorships for the event, as well as, very important, we've recognized and promoted more than 100 local businesses, all owned by Romanian heritage, essentially partners. And we're going into the third edition this year. We're started the planning, and it's the summit's been building a track record of you don't want to miss it. It's one of the features of our local community, and certainly it's an example of how we all can partner in our unified but diverse community locally, and certainly it can mimic how we can also think globally, right, Mihai?
I know. Thank you so much for passing it back to me. Thank you, Diana. I'm going to share with you the website for the summit, and you can actually see the entire core team. Everybody's listed here, the organizers, and I want to, by the way, the partners. And when we talk about the partners, obviously the Federation was one of our main partners. I want to mention Fora, and I want to thank Theo for being here in presence, with us. But we also have local organizations as well as other organizations from all over the United States. We do believe this might be a template for how to run a local event somewhere else, and for bringing together all the churches, all the other nonprofit organizations in a community. I want to tell you, it's hard. It is difficult. But in the third year, we're starting to see traction. We're already started planning. All of these organizations, they're coming forward and they're saying, okay, how do we synchronize up for the next year's summit? And this is a mock-up because the brochure for the businesses is actually private only to the summit participants. But we basically advertise discounted services, and this is an online brochure. I think this was a key factor, offering businesses the opportunity to advertise for free in the summit brochure also brought us a lot of connections for people that wanted to also become sponsors. So it's a very interesting segue. You just offer them, the brochure for free, and then you ask them to become sponsors. We're very happy to connect with any community from the United States to help them if they wish to organize a summit or a similar event. And next, I'd like to very, abruptly switch, let's say, and talk about Global Romania. We like to talk about what's coming up next. Also, we'd like to talk about solutions that we're trying to build for you. Okay, this is one of the main reasons, and I hope that you will then soon understand. This is Global Romania. I'm going to maximize my screen, and I hope that you're going to continue to be able to see it. This is fine. Our partners in this are Babeș University, Repatriot, and Via Transilvanica. And if you haven't noticed, I'm wearing the Via Transilvanica t-shirt. I wear it proudly very often. So the question that RUF starts with is, how do we build systemic impact at the global level? How do you make Romanians one of the most impactful diasporas in the world? How do you make Romania one of the fastest growing economies in the 21st century? I think these are big questions. But before we talk about how we're going to address it, we wanted to tell you this is just a screenshot from our website. The Romanian Foundation, if for those of you who don't know, is a 6-year-old organization, but we're globally. And we, in numbers, I think there's a lot of traction between what we do. The foundation is sponsored by over 100 people around the world that we call our angels. And it's also backed by an endowment fund, which started with about $1 million 6 years ago. This is our team. We have 13 people in our staff today. Every one of these people is either employed or about to start being employed. So these 13 people, we run multiple programs. Every one of them is either part of a program or part of an admin team. We're looking with Global Romania, we're looking at the opportunity. I think you can look at it as a problem, but what we look at it as an opportunity. We have a massive diaspora spread globally, and this is a massive pool of resources. And the question is, how do you tap into a vetted and trusted network? One thing that I believe that RUF has not been sufficiently efficient at is taking this pool of resources. We have 13,000 people in our community today. Many of them are entrepreneurs, they're angels, they're university professors, they are professionals at the major corporations around the world. And I believe that one of the places where we are still lacking today is taking this network and making it available for the members of the network themselves, and in turn to our partners. Yes, we have all of these connections, but how do you leverage them? How does, for example, Immigration Research Forum, if you're looking for a speaker, how do you find a series of speakers about? We saw a lot of speakers about cybersecurity, but you can look for a speaker in NASA propulsion or any other subject. And if you're looking for these people, how do you actually tap into this massive network that RUF has built? So what we're asking you to imagine today is how wonderful it would be if you had the ability to connect with like-minded people. If you want to invest in a company with people that want to invest in a company. If you want to work on a project with people that want to work on a project with you. How do you find resources? How do you find solutions to your problems? Where can you find, as a student, where can you find all of the other university club? There's an MIT club today, but there's also a UCLA club today. There's a Berkeley club today. None of them know about each other. So where do you find all of these, and who can help you connect with them? Ultimately, this is a global network, obviously. We talked a little bit about this. I think there's a lot of questions about how are we going to implement this. So I needed to throw this in here. This is about data science. This is about having the technology and having the data to connect real people, real projects, and create real impact. But it's all about the data behind the things. Today, RUF is in over 280 communities around the world. We have here on our call, we have one of the most important people in our network for you is Wana Zaik. Wana Zaik is liaison. She's part of our diaspora development team, and she is United States community liaison. So if you wish to connect with RUF, Wana will be your most important face, and she's also helping us in this process. If you're not in our network today and you want to become part of this network, all you need to do is just reach out to her, and you're going to see her message in the chat. How do we do this? And then, by the way, this is a real community. We try to identify these super connectors. When we go to Denver, and we had Julia talking to us today. Julia is one of our super connectors in the Denver community. In some of these communities, we also have community ambassadors. Julia's an ambassador. But these super connectors, they open up the community around them. And as I mentioned, this is a real community. This is a local community, but you're going to go to London, you're going to go to Paris, you're going to go to Brussels. And via this global Romania network, you should be able to tap into this network. The process is, we call it Map, Connect, Community, and Projects. We find out that you exist. We connect with you. We invite you to join the network. We invite you to join our online community. And then on this online community, we execute the projects. Our roadmap targets connecting 50,000 diaspora professionals. It's a massive project. It will involve at least 300 to 400 volunteers just for the healthcare space. And we're already running a little bit behind. But I believe that together, we're going to be able, why do I say together? You're the most important elements of this network. Everything happens for you and through you. So there's a certain level of dissemination of information. What we offer is we're opening up our online community. We've researched extensively 15 different platforms. We've invested thousands of dollars, probably over $10,000 already, just in this online community space. It's a difficult project. It's major, and it's a big decision. We're almost ready to open up our online community for your testing, and you should connect with us if you have an interest. One of our main goals is to support your partners, our partners, in executing their events. And we mean here the online events and the in-person events. For this, we're opening up a partner portal on our website where you can connect with our team, where you can ask them to post on social media, you can ask them to promote your events, you can send us everything through your portal as a partner. And I'm ready to hang up, close up here. The idea is everyone can be a community connector. We have a few hundred people who have already signed up as a community connector as of today. And the website is globalromania.net. We have a 50 people team working just on this project. I want to thank you, Theo, for giving me the opportunity to speak here today. And I want to tell you, every one of you, you are an inspiration. You, Theo, and everyone that I've seen here today, you're awesome. Thank you so much.
If we can only replicate you, is there something that RUF does not do? I remember just the other year you were doing courses, Romanian language courses, and doing courses for math and coding for kids in your own house. You are a Renaissance man of our age, doing everything and learning from everyone and connecting everyone. You're doing a great job. Congratulations.